and our fifth inductee for this evening. This would certainly be a proud night for Western's chemistry department. Dr. Raymond Woosley is that department's third graduate to be recognized tonight. Through the urging and persuasive techniques of late Western President Kelly Thompson, Dr. Woosley came to Western after graduating as valedictorian at Bowling Green High School. And he was also a pretty solid high school football fullback as well. But thank goodness he hung up those cleats and concentrated on the chemistry lab. It's paid off well for him. Dr. Woosley received his PhD from the University of Louisville and earned an MD from the University of Miami. Clinical pharmacology has been where Dr. Woosley has made an impact. He's currently chairman of the Department of Pharmacology and director of clinical pharmacology at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. His research work in pharmacology has made him a highly sought-after source for national medical and news publications. His more recent endeavors have dealt with a plan for a national chain of independent pharmaceutical research centers, and it has been reported extensively in USA Today. He has a demanding professional schedule, but that didn't preclude him from returning to his alma mater to spend time yesterday with Western students and last night with old friends and peers at the L.Y. Lancaster lecture. We're proud to have him back home.
If you've read the USA Today newspaper recently, then this Western alumnus should be a familiar name. Dr. Raymond Woosley is a national leader in pharmacology, but his success should come as no surprise to those who've known him. From a starting fullback with the Bowling Green High team in the late 1950s to who's who recognition in his college days, Woosley's work ethic and determination have always been primary ingredients of his success.
We always knew who the competition was, and Leon was one of those. There were 2 or 3 in the class that the rest of us just sort of wrote off as, we can't quite be that good, but maybe we can compete among ourselves. So Leon was one of those true leaders in the class.
After receiving his PhD and MD degrees, the 1964 Western graduate completed postdoctoral training in pharmacology and clinical pharmacology. He then began his tenure at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., assuming departmental chairmanship in 1988. And his expertise in the field of pharmacology led him to special interests.
For the last 15 years, I guess, I've been studying basically what's wrong with the drugs that we have available. Sometimes finding out some very interesting things about what's good about them, but trying to focus on doing the work that the pharmaceutical industry doesn't focus on, trying to find out how we can use them better, mainly trying to find out why some people don't respond the way they should to these medicines.
And while Woosley's list of professional accomplishments is impressive, they're dwarfed by the characterizations used by those who've known him for many years.
Because Leon's a 1 in a million type of individual, as far as you would never know he had done anything. I've never heard him say, I did anything. I mean, he's very unassuming, although he has many accomplishments, and a lot of people know that. I think his strongest attribute is his character. And he's a very caring individual, very unassuming, and his friends and family and everyone that he's around, he has a very deep respect for.
He has a personal goal to improve research and education in therapeutics for pharmacists, physicians, nurses, and the public. And it's a goal which typifies the contributions this alumnus has already made. 1994 Hall of Distinguished Alumni inductee, Dr. Raymond L. Woosley.
Good friends, it's a true honor to be here. I want to thank you because you are my very good friends. And Western's been an awful lot to me. It's a tremendous honor to be here tonight. I've said many times, I don't know how this mistake happened, but don't let anybody know about it. It doesn't seem like 30 years have passed since I left Western. I'm sure that it was yesterday that Lee Robinson had Miss Kentucky, Alice Chumley, show several of us new freshmen around Western and have our picture taken out in front of Ann Meter Auditorium. I recall how fortunate I was to have a loving, caring father who repeatedly emphasized to me the importance of taking every educational opportunity. If he were here today, he would remind me that I still could go back and get a law degree. I recall his efforts to conceal his disappointment when I proudly announced that Congressman William Natcher had awarded me an appointment to his newly formed Air Force Academy. He thought for a while and then he said, "I wish you'd go talk to my good friend Kelly." I knew he meant Kelly Thompson, and I thought he might have a plan. And before I knew it, I was applying to Western and never thought back about any other school. My dad knew what he was doing when he sent me to the master in every wonderful sense of the word. That spirit has carried me. Those who don't know what I mean may think it sounds trite. Those who've experienced it know what I mean, and they cherish the spirit. Western catapulted me into 30 wonderful years, an extravaganza of blessings and joy that reaches its pinnacle tonight. My only regret is that my wonderful mother, a graduate of Western Kentucky Normal School, former employee of Western's bookstore, and what she would say is her biggest accomplishment is a very good friend of Clem Haskins, that she can't be here tonight. She sent her 3 sons to Western and their sons to Western. She epitomized all that is beauty and grace on the hilltop. Western is genetically cross-linked to the Woosley genome, as they say. I thank my family, my wife Julianne, my daughter Kristen, who is here, and my daughter Tyler, and my young son David for carrying me and putting up with all the distractions that come to my life every day and their patience. I thank my 2 wonderful brothers, Charles Ray and Barry, who remain very close to Western Kentucky. And I thank all my other family members that are here tonight and my very good friends for the honor that you've bestowed upon me. I hope I can live up to it. Thank you.
Well, I don't know about you, but this is 3 years in a row after hearing the recipients and hearing of the kind of lives that they have led and viewing their accomplishments that I walk just about a foot taller each year. And I know that all of you that love Western Kentucky University, like all the rest of us love this institution, feel the very same way. This is a great university, and it has many, many wonderful alumni out there who are deserving of this kind of award. And over the years, we'll find them, and we'll make those awards. To our inductees tonight, I can't begin to tell you how proud we are of you. We've said that to you 1,000 times, and we'll say it 1,000 more. We're proud of you and proud that you're associated with Western Kentucky University. Well, this brings our evening to a close, at least for this portion. We now have dancing on this end. For those of you who would like to loosen up a little bit, Lee Robertson will probably lead that, I suspect, if I remember correctly, led by the jazz band under the direction of Marshall Scott, and it'll be excellent music for dancing. But we want to thank all of you for coming. This is a special time for us. It's a special time for us to think again just how great this university is and how great the people are who are here now and who have made up our past. Thank you for being a part of it. Good evening.